Hey everybody, welcome to PBI Radio. It's Chris Guns. Today my guest is IBF Flyweight Ladies Champion Ava Knight. Ava has a big fight coming up a week from today in Mexico. And let's see how training's going. Lovely Ava Knight. Welcome to PBI Radio, Ava. Lovely Ava Knight, everybody. Thanks for your time, champ.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know you're busy. You got a big fight coming up, and I'm sure you'd rather be hitting someone or going for a run than talking to me. But I appreciate it. Big fight going on a week from today. You got undefeated Jessica Plata. Jessica Neri Plata, 6-0. And what do you know about Jessica Plata?
From what I've seen online, she seems to be a pretty good fighter. She moves around. She's got real good technique. She doesn't look as strong as me, so we're going to use that to our advantage. But, all around, she just seems like a good fighter. She's young, and she's coming up, and she looks eager to win.
And she's the WBC Youth Female Light Flyweight Champion already, and she went 10 rounds in her last 2 fights. That's pretty impressive for 6-0. And she's not much of a puncher, I don't think. She's got like 1 KO in 6 wins, and she's stepping up to fight you. But it's hard to prepare for someone you don't know, though. You don't know anything about her. What?
Well, we've seen a little bit online. She's got a few things. I think a few fights online. So we've been able to see a little snippet of what she's going to bring, and if she changes it up, we'll be ready. I feel my coach, Ben Batista, he always keeps things open for change during a fight because, even when you watch something, you never know if it's going to be the same.
How do you see the fight playing out?
I'm coming to win. I'm really going there because the last time I fought out in Mexico, I wanted the knockout and I couldn't get it. So I'm eager for it. I want to keep this winning streak going, and I want to make a name for myself. So I'm really going to try and go for the knockout.
And this is your 5th fight in Mexico, and it's your 4th in a row. Your only loss to Ana Maria Torres was in Mexico. That was your first fight there. Some people would have said, I ain't going back there, but you just kept going back to Mexico. Why do you like Mexico so much?
Well, I think it's more so that Mexico likes me. I love being there. I love the fans. They treat women boxers like real boxers, like they do the men in the United States. So we're just on a higher level over there. And every time I go there, it's just another feeling. But after a while, fighting their fighters, they get a little hesitant and they want to boo you sometimes, but after the fight is done and over with and they see the styles, you just win them over.
And when I'm talking to a girl fighter, I always want to ask them, do you notice any changes in yourself as fight time approaches? A lot of guy fighters get more serious or grumpy, or they just seem like they're mad. What do you see happening week from today?
I don't know. I don't think anything really changes. Life still goes on, and I've cut a lot of things out of my life during camp. So I guess after a few times you just get used to it. I've always been a happy fighter. Every time you see me get into the ring, I'll be smiling. So the whole angry thing for me doesn't work. It's just right when that bell rings that everything changes.
So you're not taking it home and maybe beating up your boyfriend or your mom or anything?
No.
As a girl fighter who's as deep in the game as you are, you had to have some feelings when you saw the Olympics and Queen and Marlon and Claressa. What did you think of Claressa Shields winning the gold?
They did a great job. All the women, and it's just great to see that we finally made it this far, so we can be in the Olympics. It's upsetting that the girls like me, we didn't get a chance to do that, but regardless, it's just so good to see that we're making so much progress. And Claressa did a great job in the Olympics. She was there to win, really. She wanted to knock people's heads off, and she came out with the win. And nobody on the men's team could do it. And we had Marlon, who got bronze, who's a great fighter too. And it's just great to see so much effort come out of these women.
Did you meet them personally?
I've met Marlon and sparred her a few times, so I knew that she was going in with great technique. She came up short, but she's still a great fighter.
Yeah. So you sparred with her, and what'd you think through after sparring with her? What do you see?
Every time you spar someone, you just want to pick them apart and make sure the next time you get in there with them, you take advantage of everything that happened last time. And she's a great fighter. The amateur style is a little different, a little more speed, less power. But she's a good fighter. I'm not gonna say anything bad about her.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of lady boxing, did you see Christy Martin, Mia St. John's fight?
I saw the 10th round. And I wasn't too impressed with the last round of that fight. But I'm not gonna talk bad about them either. They did a lot for the sport when they were in it. This last fight, I feel they didn't get enough press as they should have for being two women who were so big in boxing, fighting each other again. But after it's done and over, we still have a lot of young champions right now who are a lot better, who should be, getting more press.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're kind of old now, but Christy Martin first, though, with the help of Don King, of course, broke the barrier. She was featured on, like, every magazine. She was everywhere back in the late 90s, and she was always on every single Don King card. What did she do for women's boxing, Christy Martin?
She set it in stone. She was the fighter that came in there to fight, whether she won or lost. She was there to put on a good show, and she always did. She did a good job at it. She set a good example for women who just want to get in there and do what they're destined to do. So, she set a good cornerstone. I believe after she quit, it may have sort of just dropped off. Nobody was there to just carry everything that they had started, and then women's boxing just went down the hole. Because they went from having women, on Don King and the big television fights, and all of a sudden when they were gone, it was nothing. And I don't think they did anything to help that, but hopefully we can change that around.
And what did Mia bring to the sport?
I've never really followed Mia's career, just because the way she went with it. I know she went through Playboy, and I felt as a young fighter watching her fight, I just didn't think that it was right, and I don't want to feel like to younger boxers today that you have to go to Playboy to make a name for yourself, because I feel that if she didn't have that, she might not have gone as far as she did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you must make yourself available to your fans. How do your fans let you know how they feel about you? Are you tweeting? Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. It's at Ava_Knight, and I'm always on there just trying to be positive. I've got my little diet secrets out there, and making sure people know about my fights, everything about, what I do in boxing, and I just try and keep everything personable. No one else is tweeting out their person tweets, so, it's me.
Mm-hmm. So everyone could follow Ava Knight and learn her training secrets. Ava Knight, you put the fly and flyweight champion. Appreciate this time, and good luck on September 1st in Mexico against Jessica Plata.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Ava. And there you have it. Ladies champion Ava Knight. Don't miss her defend her title against Jessica Plata a week from today in Mexico. Thank you for your time, Ava, and follow her on Twitter. And follow me on Twitter, too, at Chris2Guns. Thank you.